And we are live.
All right.
Tonight from Martinsville Speedway. And I have been up here in the booth. It's a little bit of a change. But as you can see right now, we got Andrew down there racing about. I apologize there. I had a little bit of a mismatch. But we are good now. Now.
Good to be back in the booth. After all of that, we had some struggles trying to get this stream going a little bit.
But we're here, and that's all that matters. So
that's right.
So we're here at Martinsville. It's a great short track. Now, that's primarily the reason why Andrew is not in the booth tonight, because this is his favorite short track. And I mean, I kind of have to give it to him because, I mean, he let me race in, he let me race Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess I owed him one.
Yeah, I think you had to give him at least one. I mean, it would be the right thing to do, especially since, like you said, you got a Daytona, got to race at Daytona. Than this track right here, man, I was telling you guys that I'm not the biggest fan of it just because it's so short and it's no banking, and for me, it's just not the easiest track to race.
No, I mean, as you see, a lot of these guys, I mean, we had Andrew spin out, we had actually Eddie Baker spin out, we had Kevin Coleman spin out. It seems, and you see right there, Brendan McLaughlin getting into that wall. So this track here tonight is going to be really rough. I mean, I don't know. From up here, it seems a little narrow. What do you think?
I think so too, man. I wouldn't want to be out there, but I'm sure these guys are going to have a heck of a good time out here tonight. And I like how we're getting looks like a night race going on tonight, which is a little bit of a change. At least, since I've been around happy hour, at least the broadcasting aspect. It's kind of cool to see us race under the lights.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And I mean, I think we've only had 2 or 3. Sorry about that. 2 or 3 night races here. Not specifically here, but in this league. So it's interesting because, I mean, you have to deal with, the track, and it's a little cooler. Let's take a look at some track information here. So right now we're sitting at 78 degrees with 55% relative humidity. It's clear today rather than partly cloudy.
Interesting.
But we still have the wind 2 miles an hour, out of the east. But the track temperature is sitting at a balmy 80 degrees. So,
Yeah.
with that, I mean, they're pretty much sitting in the optimal range of their tires. So, we do have 150 laps here tonight. So, I believe, and they only have 3 sets of tires. Now, that's going to be rough because, I mean, the way these guys are pushing the cars around the corners, as you see Brendan McLaughlin get up into the wall there, there may be an issue tonight. I mean, you can see just how slippery this track is because it's not that warm, so the tires don't have a lot of grip.
Yep, I do believe that's going to be the issue of the night. We're going to see these guys slipping and sliding up and down the track, fight for traction. The track is cool. That's good for tire longevity, but as far as grip, it's going to take some time to get some heat in these tires, and it could be detrimental to some of these guys if they don't. Oh, there we go. If they don't stay out that loud pedal.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And we're probably looking at around lap 5 or 6 before these tires actually start to warm up properly so that they have the grip that they need to get around around the course. And it looks like we are going into qualifying here now. So we will take a ride along with some of these guys here. Now, this is going to be Brian Mansfield. So, just for everybody at home, just so you know, these guys are on their own track. It may look like they're all on the same track, but they are each in their individual qualifying sessions. So right now we're going to follow along here with Eddie Baker and see how he gets this beautiful number 29 Chevy around the track here.
Looks like a new paint scheme for Eddie tonight. I don't recall seeing that last week. I could be wrong.
I believe last week it was all black with a little bit of chrome on it. And Eddie Baker throws down a 20.25 on that one. So jump along with Brendan McLaughlin, who's currently sitting in the pole position with a 19.98. Everybody else is, 20 seconds. Actually, no, I take that back. Tyler Robertson just put it at 19.76. Andrew Spears put out a 20.8. So, I mean, he's not that far back. He's only about 0.3 of a second back. Now, as he taps the wall there, you got to keep it out of the wall there, Andrew. So, I'm kind of bummed out that Andrew didn't get his car painted in our colors, but that's neither here nor there. What we'll do is we will take a look at the... Oh, we won't pull up the grid. All right. So, as of right now, once the qualifying is finished, they do have 5 minutes of qualifying, but we only have 6 drivers in the race tonight. Now, we do have... Kevin Coleman has not come out onto the track yet, so right now we only have 5 drivers who have qualified. As it sits right now, we have Tyler Robertson in first in the number 5 Chevy, Eddie Baker second in the number 29 Chevy, Brendan McLaughlin in third in the number 81 Ford, Andrew Spears in fourth in the number 68 Chevy, and Brian Mansfield fifth in the number 11 Chevy. A lot of Chevys out here tonight. Oh, is we actually had Ben have a little bit of a mishap here as power went out. So he will be back here shortly, we hope. And we will get ready to go as we see Kevin Coleman just sitting on that line ready to go. I don't know if he's actually going to qualify, though. So we will wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens there, but we still got about a minute left. And actually, he is out on the track. So let's take a ride along with Kevin Coleman going around the track here. You can hear the throttle control of these cars as these guys are coming down in the corner, hard braking, waiting for that car to get straight, and then they are hitting that loud pedal, as Ben says. And he actually throws up a 19.90, which will score him the second position. So right now we are sitting Tyler Robertson, Kevin Coleman, Eddie Baker, Brendan McLaughlin, Andrew Spears, and Brian Mansfield. So as this qualifying finishes up, we will get ready to go to grid. And as you can see the grid here, we have Tyler Robertson, Kevin Coleman, Eddie Baker, Brendan McLaughlin, Andrew Spears, and Brian Mansfield, rounding out the small field here tonight. But it's always going to be a great time, especially in these short track races where anything can happen. Now, an interesting fact here right now is that the lowest sitting class of license in here is Andrew Spears right now with a C class. Everybody else in this race is sitting in an A class. Will that come into effect? Who knows? But we will see here shortly as everybody is lining up and we are getting ready to do the formation lap, and we will be 1 to green. See a little nudge there from Brendan McLaughlin on the 00 Kevin Coleman as they come down to the first corner here. And it looks like Robertson is going to have that first position and pull off just a tiny bit. But, I mean, 0.3 of a second is nothing when it comes to short track racing. We will get the tower up here for you as we're under our first caution of the night, and it looks like Andrew Spears has crashed. So let's take a look and see what brought out tonight's first caution. As you can see, just gets in a little too early and gets it sent around here. Minutes here. I'm just trying to fix a little thing here. But we'll get this figured out here shortly. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry guys, I apologize for this. We will be back racing here shortly. I'm just trying to fix this little bit of an issue here. I apologize again. And we were back live with Tyler Robertson again with that lead. He stretched it out to about half a second here now. But as we see Eddie Baker close on the tail of Kevin Coleman, trying to get around him, but waiting for the perfect spot to do that. And it sounds like we may have Ben back.
Am I back?
All right, you're back. You only missed 6 laps.
Oh, no. Sorry about that.
It's all good. So, you didn't miss much. Andrew crashed.
Oh, no.
I mean, that's, you know.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. And as we get around here, Robertson has actually stepped out to about a second lead here now. But in the back, you saw Brendan McLaughlin get a little loose there. But he was able to keep it straight and we were still green.
All right. So who you got to catch me up. What was our top 5 looking like?
So our top 5 right now is Tyler Robertson, Kevin Coleman, Eddie Baker, Brendan McLaughlin, Brian Mansfield.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we only have a 6-car field out here tonight. But, I mean, it's short track. So, I mean, even though there's only 6 cars out there,
There's bound to be some fun.
Absolutely.
You know, somebody's going to find themselves in trouble. So.
Yeah, for sure. And if Spears doesn't pick up his time, he might be fixed to get lapped here soon. As we come under the second caution, as it looks like Brian Mansfield and Brendan McLaughlin have crashed. So let's take a look at those.
Brian's been having a tough break the past couple weeks.
Oh, you see Brendan McLaughlin just lock it up in front of him, and he's really got nowhere to go.
Nope. He did the best he could, and he didn't get into him or the wall, so I would call that a win, but that still stinks.
Yeah, it does for sure. But there. And he was able to keep it out of the wall. He did get it into the wall a little bit, but it shouldn't cause all that much damage to that number 11 Autism Speaks car.
Nope. Have we talked about that car tonight?
We have not. So let's see if we can get a proper angle. There we go. Look at that car.
Yeah, Brian is always repping the autism awareness cars. He has a soft spot in his heart, as do we all, for people with autism and for that cause there. So he's always representing with different liveries of autism awareness. So we just like to shine a light on him for doing that and for everybody in that community.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're coming down to the green flag, Robertson will take the lead again here.
He's got a fast hot rod.
He really does. And let's see if, there we go. Those are some better cameras there, camera guys. But now, Spears is no longer in the last position. He's sitting 4th now. So now he's right on the tail end of Kevin Coleman. And it actually looks like he got into there was a little bit of contact there. Actually, no, it doesn't look like it. There may have been, but not enough to cause an incident. So
well, we all know Andrew, and he likes to be up front, so he's going to definitely be giving Coleman a run for his money as he tries to get around him there. But just doesn't have enough.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, though, he can't overdrive the car because, I mean, now, mind you, these cars are 16 laps in. They are a little bit warmer. Let's take a look to see if we can get the weather here. So the track temperature has stayed the same. Still sitting
wow.
at 80 degrees.
Yeah, I don't foresee it getting much warmer, especially now that we're in the nighttime. I think it'll hover right around 80 degrees all night, and these guys are going to be in for a fight.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, now the tires have warmed some. They have a little bit of traction. But the thing is, you know, Tyler Robertson's still out there. I mean, the gap between him and Eddie Baker are only 0.3 of a second. But from there on back, they're about a minute and a half or a second and a half back.
Oh, wow. That is quite the gap there.
I was going to say,
no.
As you see, Eddie Baker going to the wall there. So let's take a look at that. And brings out the third caution of the night.
I think he just got a little bit of tunnel vision coming up on that that first place car and just overdrove it into the third turn.
Actually, you heard him gear down there, so he may have just...
Misshift?
It may have been a misshift.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Eddie's one of those guys that doesn't make mistakes often, and I'm sure he's kicking himself right now for something like that. If that indeed was misshift.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what that looks like. So, I mean, it's really hard to say.
But he's not in a bad position. I mean, we have a short or a small pack tonight, so he's definitely not out of the race. He saved it from getting into the wall. Is Andrew going? Oh, I thought Andrew might have been going off the track for a second. But yeah, so I don't think he's out the race. So just a small hiccup.
No, I'm just trying to find where our pit stop is because...
Yeah, I was a little confused as well.
Don't want that to show. There we go.
So far, Tyler Robertson's been having a Mason Neal kind of night.
He really, really has. And, you know, right now he's got two contenders here behind him. You know, he's got Kevin Coleman beside him, and he's got Andrew Spears right behind him. As we're 1 to green, so the pace car will dip down as we come into turn 4 to the front stretch. See them closing that gap.
You can almost feel the tension in the air tonight.
You really can, and we are back green, and Robertson gets a jump. Spears is on the inside of Kevin Coleman here. Is he going to be able to get that position? It doesn't look like it.
No.
So he's just going to have to hold on, but he's got Eddie Baker right behind him on his outside.
I told you couldn't count Eddie out yet.
Yeah, but he's holding him off for right now. But, I mean, Eddie was fast, and he was making ground on Tyler Robertson, but now, you know, he's stuck in traffic. So that may play a little bit into this, you know, for him to get back up there to be in contention for, you know, Robertson's position. As you see Spears slide up the track a little bit, that'll open the door for Eddie Baker as we come down into turn 3 and 4.
Andrew's not letting him have it, and he's fighting for it, but I think Eddie's ultimately going to get that position.
Eddie will have... No, actually, Spears will have it at the line. So he beat him on the drag race.
That's a fight for third right there, I'd say.
So let's... we'll take a look here. Oh, and Eddie Baker does get that position from Andrew.
You know, Andrew might just be playing the long game here, trying to get a feel for the track. Seeing how it is tonight. You know, it's been greasy out there, so he might just be, you know, playing the long game, letting these guys wear their tires out, and maybe pitch strategies coming into it a little bit. Don't really know.
Yeah. So I mean, they're 28 laps in. Now they do have 3 sets of tires, but we have 150 laps. So that's going to play into a big thing because we have to worry about, well, we only have 3 sets. So, you know, are they going to go, 50 laps, 50 laps, 50 laps? If they do, I can see this getting really greasy, and you can see guys diving off into the wall. As you see, Andrew was hard on the brakes the entire time around those corners. As you can see, those brake rotors glowing.
Good Lord, yeah, man, it's gonna be tough. If you want to stay out on the track, past 50 laps, I'll say that happens. Your times are really going to start slowing down if we want to maintain traction on these cars. So it's gonna be interesting to see some of these guys take that third set of tires and see where they're at, and they're gonna have to carry it all the way to the checkered flag. And I don't know, how's it going to affect their track times towards the end here.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And I mean, we did see somebody do it before. We had Ty Dahlman go, I believe it was like 70 laps on tires.
That's incredible.
It was crazy. And actually, we got word that Brendan McLaughlin had crashed. So let's take a look to see what happened there. You hear the downshift, and he just gets into it too early.
That's the tires, man, just greasing them out.
But we did not bring out a caution, so we are still green. As you see Eddie Baker trying to chew down that gap in between himself and Coleman. But now Robertson's out to, a 2-second lead.
Yeah, he's in driving Miss Daisy mode, as I like to call it. He has got a comfortable lead on these guys, and I don't know. I just don't know how some of these guys do it, man. It seems like Mason Neal, like I brought him up earlier, they just take the lead position and they just drive away from these guys like it's nothing. And they make it nearly impossible unless a caution comes out for you to catch up.
Yeah, and I mean, the crazy thing is they make it seem so easy. I mean, you don't see these guys pushing the car like crazy. They're just driving as per normal, but for some reason, they can just get around the track so much quicker than anybody else.
That's true, man. I don't get it.
Kevin Coleman slide up the track here a little bit, and Eddie Baker's going to get that second position.
Yeah, I guess he was tired of fighting them off and wants to hold out a little bit longer, probably eating his tires up a little bit. So
yeah,
took that position.
And I mean, Eddie Baker is known for his saving. So, is he just kind of, this is his saving mode, and he's just waiting for Robertson to make a mistake? Or I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm not in the head of Eddie Baker, but I can tell you one thing. He is amazing at what he does when he's on these racetracks in these cars, and he makes it seem effortless.
That's very true. He would be my pick of the night had I not had my crash there. So I can't wait to see what he does for the rest of the night. I think he's going to impress everybody, but there again, Tyler Robertson's having a heck of a night, and I don't think he's going to give it up easily.
Yeah, I mean, he's extending that lead. I mean, he's 3.5 seconds ahead. So, I mean, it's hard to say unless something catastrophic happens. I mean, it's too early to call right now, but, I mean, we're 41 laps into this race. Robertson's got almost a 4-second lead, and
it's incredible.
It's crazy.
4 seconds. I mean, what's the average lap time these guys are putting down right now?
Our average lap time is sitting in the 19.7.
So 4 seconds of 19. I mean, you could do the math yourself right there. I mean, that's a huge lead on the short track.
Yeah, I mean, really, these guys aren't going to catch him. That's my honest opinion. I don't think anybody's going to catch them unless something happens and, you know, a caution's brought out or what. But I don't think they're going to catch them.
Yeah, they just need to sit
As
back.
you see Spears get
Oh,
loose.
no. Oh, no.
I think he may have saved it.
Did he?
Let's take a look.
It looks like he did save it.
He did save it because we did not get anything from race control, but we are under a yellow flag, our 4th caution of the night.
So now, are we going to see people go into the pits and take their first set of tires?
It's really hard to say. So, as we are going into caution, number 4 of the night, we're just going to have a word from our sponsors because we weren't able to get to them in practice, so we'll get to them here and now. And we are back live. So now everybody's coming in. They're getting their fuel. They're getting their tires. And they're getting back out there. But it looks like Brendan McLaughlin did not pit. So he is going to be the new leader here right now. Unless he was a lap down. I don't believe he was a lap down, though.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Actually,
he just went
you
to
see
the
him
pits.
coming in the pit. So he may have been a lap down.
Still got Tyler Robertson number 1, Eddie Baker number 2. Nothing's changed but the tires. It'll be interesting to see this. Well, when they go green, who's going to have to jump?
Yeah. So as it sits right now, we still got guys in the pits. So we got Tyler Robertson, Eddie Baker, Kevin Coleman, Brian Mansfield, Andrew Spears, Brendan McLaughlin. So
Yeah,
really, nothing has changed.
No, exactly. And I wouldn't count Coleman out either. He sometimes comes back on the end if he's had a night like he's having a night where he's not up front. And he'll make a surprise entrance on you. And so Eddie's got to watch his 6.
Yeah, as the lights go off on the pace car, so we are 1 to green. We're going to come around turns 1 and 2 onto the backstretch with Tyler Robertson leading in that beautiful number 5 Valvoline Chevy. You know, I was worried when we were setting up this race. I was only seeing Chevys out on the track. I thought we were just going to have a massive manufacturer battle of the Chevys, but no.
Now, Coleman's always rocking the Toyota.
Yeah, we got Kevin Coleman in the Toyota, and we are back green. We also have Brendan McLaughlin in a Ford.
A little sprinkle of everything out there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Again, Tyler Robertson just walking away with it. Like I said, Kevin Coleman coming in that 2nd place. You can't sleep on him.
No, not at all. You never can. And, I mean, we've seen that 00 Wawa car do some amazing things these last few weeks. So maybe he'll be able to hold on for the next 100 laps and, you know, try and get that position from Coleman. Or from Robertson, sorry.
Yep, but as you see, Eddie Baker's riding his tail right there. He isn't too happy that he took that spot from him.
No, not at all. And you'll be sure that he's going to be trying to push for that position again. As you see these guys, they are in the draft on that back straight. So, you see Mansfield lock them up to avoid the wall.
Okay, he did all right. Still hanging in there in 4th place.
Yeah, that's got to balled the tire a little bit there. Now he's got a little bit of a flat spot there, I'm sure.
Yeah, just he probably
as you see,
rumbling around in there.
Spears got up into the wall there as well, I believe.
Oh, man, Andrew's having a tough time. That is a cool livery right there, that Fallout 4 car.
I mean, it is. He painted it himself. So.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He's talented.
He is. I mean, he made my car for Daytona too. So
Yeah, I love that thing. Yeah.
As you see Brendan McLaughlin get up into the wall there a little bit as well.
Everybody.
As we
there
join
Coleman.
back. Coleman is around.
Eddie Baker just playing a long game. He got into Coleman's head a little bit probably. Coleman just lost it on those new tires.
Yeah. So we'll take a look to see what happened there. If there was a little bit of contact, let's take a look. This is on the roll bar here. No, I think he just got into it a little early.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, let's just, we'll take another look at it from the dynamic camera here. See if there was a little bit of contact. Nope.
He just got into it too soon.
He just got into it a little too soon and sent it around.
And that's why Eddie is one of those guys that you got to watch out for. He'll let you pass him because he knows that you can make a mistake just like that and put him right back into the number 2 position.
Yeah, absolutely. As the pace car comes down, we're entering turn 3, going through turn 4, and Tyler Robertson is going to bring us down to the line. And we are back green.
Tyler Robertson walking away again. I don't know how he's doing it.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it.
But he's getting a good jump on all these restarts. But Eddie Baker's right on the 6, giving him a hard time, it seems.
Yeah, always. As Spears goes around and collects.
No. Into the wall. Kevin Coleman into the wall.
Yeah, we collected Brian Mansfield, Brendan McLaughlin, Kevin Coleman in that one. Let's take a look to see what happened. I think he just kind of drove it a little too hard.
This is kind of what I expected tonight from this track. Yep.
Yeah, it seems like he locked him up a little bit and went around. And then we'll take a look at Coleman here. We'll see what he sees. Sees him going around, and he locked them up and had nowhere to go.
It's a shame. That's a shame.
It really is. As we're under the 6th caution of the night here at Martinsville Speedway. Last caution brought out by Andrew Spears as he comes down to pit lane.
Oh, is he?
No?
Yeah, see, I keep thinking pit lane's on that side, but I think it's right there.
Yeah. So Kevin Coleman has entered the pits.
I think it's going to be a battle of patience. You're going to have to really hunker down and let your car warm up them tires and let other people make mistakes. I think that's what Tyler Robertson and Eddie Baker have learned. Especially Eddie Baker, since he's not in the number 1 position, is let the other folks make mistakes. You really got to you can't overdrive the car at a track like this.
No, you can't. And I mean, this track really is about your braking points. As much as, NASCAR, you're kind of all in the gas or not. I mean, your braking points really matter here. And, I mean, you clearly see that as, when Brian Mansfield came through turns 3 and 4, he locked them up completely. So it's rough. So it seems like right now we're under the 6th caution. We got 61 laps done. It seems like we have a caution every 10 laps.
How's that going to play into everybody's plan for pit? We'll see. I mean, you got 700 horsepower plus in these cars, and then half a mile to use it. Those brakes are going to be necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. As the pace car comes down, we got Tyler Robertson bringing them to the line as we come through turn 4.
And
Eddie
Eddie gets a good jump.
Eddie Baker got a little bit of a jump there on Robertson.
Let's see who's fighting. Who wins this fight for first?
And Eddie Baker holds a position right now as we come around. And Robertson has him at the line.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
Almost a little bit of contact there. As you see Robertson get down on that apron to try and get by and get that position from Baker.
But it didn't scare him off. He's still fighting.
At the line, Robertson will still have it. Actually, it showed Baker had it, but...
Yep, oh, Baker into the wall. Oh,
Baker
man.
gets a little loose, gets into the wall.
No caution yet.
No caution. We are getting reports that Kevin Coleman has crashed. We'll take a look at that in a second here. But it looks like Eddie Baker may have a little bit of a toe issue there.
Yeah, it did look like it.
As you saw him get a little loose here, so we'll go take a look to see what happened to Kevin Coleman here. Yeah, he got into it a little early and he just lost it.
I'm not jealous of any of these guys out here tonight. You're just fighting for every inch of, of anything out here tonight. I mean, one wrong move and you're toast. I mean, there's no forgiveness in this track.
No, not at all. And I mean, with it being fairly narrow and, with the speeds that we're reaching, but the speeds we're reaching is only roughly 120 mile an hour.
That's it. Well, see, that's short track racing, man. I am not a big short track guy, and I know Andrew loves short track, but short track brings in so many different variables that you don't have to worry about. You got some of these long tracks out here where you don't even have to worry about braking points, and here you got to worry about braking points and your acceleration coming out of the turn, and that just brings a lot of math into the equation.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, you got to wait for these cars to get back straight before you can lay the power down. Otherwise, they just snap and you're into the wall. So they're tough to deal with. I mean, with the amount of power that they do have, personally, I don't like short track racing either. I prefer, the longer stuff where you go around, you lay the throttle down, you lift to go through the corner, and you're good.
Exactly. Now, that's not to say I don't like watching short track racing, which I do. I just don't like driving on the short tracks.
No.
That's why when Andrew was saying he wanted to race, I was like, oh, man. That's just a night of frustration for me behind the wheel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would I'd just take the wheel off the nub and
hang it up.
That'd be...
Yeah.
As actually Kevin Coleman has retired from this race.
Oh, that's unfortunate to see him go.
So now these guys only have 2 quick repairs. So, he did crash quite a few times. So he may use those all up, and that last crash just kind of put him out, and he was pretty much done. As we approach halfway through this race, right now, Tyler Robertson is still your leader. Now, he is slightly pulling away from Eddie Baker, but Eddie Baker's like, no, we're halfway through the race. My saving is done. It's go, go, go.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that he's downshifted and put himself into a new gear, because he is not letting Tyler Robertson pull away like he did before.
No, and I mean, he had an almost 3-second lead, and now, I mean, he's worked it back out to about a second. He's 9/10 of a second ahead of Eddie Baker here tonight.
But does Eddie have any damage from when he spun out before? That's something we also got to think about. Is he fighting the car any more than normal? Which it doesn't look like it, but he could have a little bit of an alignment issue. We don't know.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a bobble there. I saw when he come out of that corner. We'll take a look. Doesn't really look like it, but I did see a bobble when they got on that front stretch there.
If he is fighting the car, he's doing an amazing job.
Actually, let's see if we can jump into his cockpit just to see his wheel inputs and see if he actually has any issues.
So far, looking all right.
There's
Oh,
a little
it's
bit
got a little
of
bit
a
of
bobble,
loose. Yeah.
but it still looks like the toe is fine on it.
Yeah, I think he got lucky there. I think he's just fighting the car, natural forces from the car. I don't think he's fighting the car from any type of accident.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look at Tyler Robertson and how he's driving this car to get around the track the way he is at the speed he's doing it and pulling away from everybody else.
He's got to be blasting Creedence Clearwater Revival and having a drink in one hand because he is just.
Yeah, so you see how smooth he is on the exit, whereas you saw when Eddie Baker was coming through the turns, you know, he was kind of bobbling a little bit, but you don't really see that from Tyler Robertson.
That's very true. He's very smooth.
Sadly, I don't think we have any. No, we don't have our speed TV cameras out there.
Wow.
Which is unfortunate because, I mean, watching these cars go by and the lens shake, it's an awesome
It's
sight.
always a good time. Yep. Reminds me of Talladega Nights.
It really does. And, I mean, I personally love the little gopher camera.
Oh, yeah. Those are awesome.
Yeah, so it looks like Tyler Robertson is actually coming up to lap traffic, or, well, what will soon be lap traffic if Brendan McLaughlin doesn't pick up his speed some. He's currently sitting 18 seconds back, and, you know, these guys are getting around this track in about 19 and a half seconds. So.
Yep. Yeah, this is what I thought could have happened. You know, the short track and the fast times. If you're having any trouble, like Brandon is having tonight, you're going to put yourself in that position, unfortunately.
Actually,
but it's better to
it says
go
that
ahead.
Brian McLaughlin actually crashed. As you see damage on that front nose.
Oh, man.
Let's take a look to see what happened there. Yeah, he just got into it
It's
a
the same
little
thing,
early.
man. Yep. I don't recall having seen guys have this much trouble at any other track this season.
No, they really haven't. As you know, but mind you, that's short track. But I mean, even when we did, I remember doing. I think it was Charlotte in the trucks. We didn't have this many issues, and we had a larger field.
Where did we race last week? Where was NASCAR last week? I can't remember.
Last week, well, we didn't stream it last week because I was down in Alabama.
Down in Talladega?
No, Alabama.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is. And I saw it, and it was an amazing sight. They were actually at Auto Club Speedway last week.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't catch that one. What was the other short track we did this season?
The other short tracks we did?
Yeah. Wasn't it Bristol? Did we do Bristol?
We did. Yeah. We did Bristol on May 18th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But see, Bristol, you got a lot of bank.
Yeah.
And that'll help you get around the track. But here you got I think it's got 12 degree, barely anything.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, that hurts these guys too, you know, especially when they come from when you know, these cars are, well, I don't know. I don't race the short bank or the low bank tracks. I mean, I can't get the car to go around it properly.
It's hard, man. I mean, it takes a lot of skill, a lot of patience, and a lot of practice, frankly, just to figure out these tracks. Are a whole different animal than, say Bristol short track, Richmond short track, and on up to Talladega, Daytona. These are totally different. These are on the same level, in my opinion, of challenging, as Watkins Glen and all that.
Yeah.
You really got to learn how to race the car there. And some of these guys just might not have the experience or know-how.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I was the example at Daytona. You know, that was my first, well, not my first race, but I believe it was only like my third race, my first race with these guys here at Daytona. And I actually led, I think it was like 15 laps.
Yep, you did.
So, I mean, when it comes to super speedways, it's fairly simple. I don't want to say it's easy.
No, no.
Um,
Well, I like to say it's less math.
it is less math, and
Yeah.
Eddie Baker told me before we went into that race, if you lift, I will turn you.
I remember that.
So I didn't lift.
It scared you a little bit.
A little bit. I just held the pedal to the floor and tried to push it even through the floor, but that wasn't working. But seeing these guys come around this track, I don't know how they do it.
It seems like everybody's kind of found their groove. We haven't, knock on wood, we haven't had a caution in over 10 laps now, so.
Oh, well, now you did it.
Yeah, here we go. Who did I sacrifice?
This here. So, we are almost 100 laps in. And nothing has really changed. We're all sitting kind of same where we started. Our biggest mover right now is actually Brian Mansfield, who started in the back, currently sitting third. But he's got a long way to go before he gets to Robertson. But he's got Spears right behind him. And it looks like Spears is closing that gap fairly quickly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the next couple of laps if he tightens that gap up anymore and tries to make a move on that position there.
And we're under caution again as Brendan McLaughlin was around there. So let's take a look here.
Oh, no.
Eddie Baker actually got down into him.
That's tough.
And you see the toe on Eddie Baker's car there.
Mm.
Absolutely destroyed. So as we are under our 7th caution of the night, we are going to bring you side by side to have a word from our Twitch sponsors. And we are back live here at Martinsville Speedway under our 7th caution of the night. Now, Eddie Baker did get down into Brendan McLaughlin there, but Eddie Baker still holds on to that second position.
That is incredible. That's incredible. Yeah, that just, I don't know. Hopefully I didn't curse Eddie Baker there when I said what I said about there not being a caution. So hopefully he's not mad at me. But he's got a fresh set of tires on the car now, I do believe.
Yeah, so everybody did pit. So everybody's sitting on fresh rubber. They're sitting on a full tank of fuel. Well, maybe not a full tank, but
No.
As you see Spears get up there and almost collect Brendan McLaughlin as he got the wave around. I think there may have just been a little bit of miscommunication.
Hey, it's just one of those nights. Now here's where we're gonna see Tyler and Eddie fight for that #1 position. I feel like if Eddie can get the jump, he definitely can take that #1 position. He has the car.
I mean, he does have the car, but the last restart, he got the jump on Robertson, but he wasn't able to take that position from Tyler Robertson.
Yep, and then again, we're all on fresh meat, so you don't want to push it too hard.
No, as the pace car comes down, we're going to enter turn 3, go through turn 4, and Tyler Robertson is going to bring them down to the line. We got 45 laps to go.
And we're green.
We're green, and Robertson gets the jump. Something Eddie Baker didn't want to see.
Nope.
But these guys got to kind of take it a little bit easy until these tires get some heat in them.
I think that's Eddie's strategy.
Oh
no, Eddie!
Go around into the wall, and we're going to bring out our 8th caution of the night.
Hopefully that's not it for Eddie. I would hate to see that.
If my calculations are right, he should have one more quick repair.
Yeah, I think he's just getting a little too much tunnel vision there on that #1 position. I mean, Tyler Robertson's car is just an absolute savage beast tonight.
I mean, it really is. And, you know, he got the jump. He was out by, I think it was almost half a second coming into the, I believe that was the first turn that happened.
Yeah, that's huge.
So,
that's a big number. He's the McCready of tonight from last night's race.
I mean, he really is. And, you know, I'm sure if Mason Neal was here, that may be a different story. We may be telling a whole different tale here tonight.
We could be. Mason, if you're watching, we miss you, buddy.
And I believe he's out camping.
Oh, there you go.
But, I mean, everybody's got to, you know,
take a step back and enjoy life from time to time. That's for
absolutely. Sure. I mean, I did the last, well, I mean, I've been back for 3 days, but it doesn't feel like I've been back for 3 days.
I mean, man, you're just going to have to make the leap and move to the States with us.
I was kind of looking into it, to be honest.
Just to save on the gas money.
Well, I mean, all I got to do is cross a bridge, and I can save on gas money. But
that's true. You are on the border.
Yeah.
You're lucky about that. Get you some of the canned cheese you like.
I still got the can here. Actually, I think it's empty. I think it's empty.
Oh man. Oh, I was cracking up when you were telling me about that.
I mean, that was the one thing that I wanted, and you know, I went down to Philadelphia last year to meet you guys, and awesome. They were out of spray cheese. They were out of easy cheese. I was really upset about that, and so when I went in, I went into Walmart, went directly to the cracker section, and there it was, just staring me in the face.
Man. You ought to. Before we go green, you need to get you a Chick-fil-A sandwich and put some of that spray cheese on there.
I didn't put the spray cheese on it, but
you did get the Chick-fil-A.
I did get the Chick-fil-A. That was the one thing Andrew and I did. Made sure of it. As we come to the green, so Andrew Spears is now in the second position, as they got it, as both him and Robertson got a jump on Mansfield McLaughlin, and they're sitting about a second out from them now.
Yep. Now, if Andrew can just hold his butterflies in, I think he can at least finish second. I mean, he's not a bad driver.
No, he's not at all. And Robertson's just walking away with this, as he has all night. And it's just crazy to see. I mean, they just started, and he's already, we did one lap and he's half a second ahead of, Spears, but now Mansfield is closing in on Spears as well as Brendan McLaughlin as well.
And I do think we lost Eddie. I think he did have to bow out of the race. Oh, as Mansfield takes a spin there.
Yeah, we're going to come under the 9th caution of the night here. And actually, we'll go take a look at that. You see him check up a bit, and he just
loses it.
Yeah, he got into the gas a little too soon there. And we're now under our 9th caution of the night. I honestly was not expecting 9 cautions tonight.
I expected a bloodbath as soon as I saw these guys trying to put the power down, and just they kept losing it. These are some seasoned veteran drivers out here. These aren't just some guys off the street. It's not me behind the wheel. So if they're having a hard time, it's bad out there. It's bad.
Yeah, as the pace car comes on a pit lane here, we'll come through turns 3 and 4, and Tyler Robertson will bring them to the line. And actually, I do believe that we have Eddie Baker up here on the booth here now. Eddie, do you have me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, I mean, it was a hard-fought race. I'm assuming you're out of quick repairs, and that front right wheel is just hanging off the car right now. So.
Yeah, the crew's working diligently on it, but it looks like it's going to be about 25 minutes before I get back out there. So I figured I'd come hang out with you guys for a bit.
Absolutely, man. Is the track as bad as it looks out there?
It's like we're driving Zambonis. I mean, you even touch the brakes, the gas, anything, and these things are all over the place.
Yeah, you're on the ice out there, man. How do you think Tyler Robertson's faring so well tonight? What is he doing differently, you think?
Well, Tyler likes to do this thing where he practices, and I don't think a lot of us do. So that's probably where he's probably done at least 1,000 laps today, just all day while I was working. So I definitely can't hold anything to that. So.
Hey, you were really giving him a run for his money there for a couple of times, so we were really rooting for you.
Yeah, I definitely tried. I gave it everything I had on those last 2 restarts. The first one was a little bit better. We were beating and banging, typical Martinsville. It was a lot of fun. I put myself in the fence. And then that last one, even Mansfield, he was behind me and was like, what was that? I hit the brake, and it was like I blew a right rear. It just went completely around. I never felt that this whole race.
Yeah, it's incredible, man.
Wow. And I mean, if you're saying it's like driving Zambonis, I should be out there because I did that for 3 years.
Yeah. I did that for a part-time job myself at the local rink for a couple of years.
Well, I didn't help you tonight, unfortunately.
No.
Although you were in second place for quite a while.
I was trying. I just wanted to get the lead a couple of laps and get around him. If I could have cleared him on the outside, I would have been happy with myself. But I've never raced this track with these cars up until practice tonight. So.
Wow. Hey, man. Everybody's having a hard time. I wouldn't give yourself too much of a hard time about getting yourself into the wall there, man. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, it looks like you guys got another caution out there.
Oh, yeah, as it looks like Andrew Spears has crashed. So let's
man,
take a look to see what happened here. As we're coming down to turns 3 and 4 here.
This is where all the cautions have been happening tonight.
I don't even know what happened there. It didn't even look like you got into the gas, but may have just lost it.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that down in the center of the corner there. There's like this little patch that gets real slick, and even if you're rolling, it starts to lose the rear a little bit, and you got to kind of either feather the brake or the throttle, one or the other. But if you give it a little too much throttle, you're going to loop it anyways. If you feather the brake, you kind of set the front end a little better. It's very, very complicated down there.
You heard it from the man, Eddie Baker himself, the man, the myth, the legend. It is like driving Zambonis, is what he said. And it looks like we're driving Zambonis out there on this black ice of a track.
I mean, I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. But, everybody's American up here. So, You know, maybe if they had a Canadian out there,
Oh, come
it,
on,
it, it
come
might
on.
be a little different. I mean, I have to.
Yeah, you know what? You might be right, man. Put you in a Zamboni, put Eddie Baker, Tyler Robertson, everybody else out there in the NASCAR, you're going to be taking it home every day of the week.
Listen, if you want to trade, we can do like a Kyle Busch, Dale Jr. thing. You can take my wrecked car and go see how it does.
I mean, I would not
I
be
don't
down.
want any parts of that. You can have that. I am good. This track has been a nightmare for you guys tonight, and I am enjoying my seat here watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable in my air conditioning where it's 18 degrees Celsius, and
What's that in freedom units?
I believe I looked it up, and I think it is 64.
God, that's an ice chest.
That sounds fantastic.
It is great, and I'm sure sitting down there in the car. I mean, I don't think the track temp has come up. It's actually dropped some, but I'm sure sitting in those cars, it's not quite 64 degrees in there.
No,
Definitely
you do.
not.
Yeah, you do work up quite the sweat, I'm sure.
Well, I gotta get out of your guys' air conditioning because Chad Knaus is yelling at me. I got 45 seconds to get the car out of the garage.
Hey, thanks, Eddie. We love to hear from you, man.
Yeah, we appreciate
you
it.
letting me jump in and crash your party.
Absolutely, anytime.
As we are coming down the front stretch, we have 25 laps to go. Green flag is waving in the air. And
Same old song and dance.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tyler Robertson just gets that jump, and but McLaughlin is right on his tail.
McLaughlin may be figuring out the track, but Eddie did say, you know, Tyler was out here practicing. Oh, I thought we were going to have a move made and by McLaughlin, but it didn't happen.
No, it just seems he got a little loose there and slid up the track a little bit, and actually looked like Mansfield did there as well.
Yeah, I feel bad for these boys tonight, but it does show that practice pays, man.
Yeah, so Eddie Baker is back out on track. He is 20 laps down right now. I don't think there's enough laps left for him to get 20 waiver rounds.
I don't think so, but I think he's figuring it's better to finish the race and have a DNF, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And actually, Andrew Spears has crashed, and we are going to be under our 11th caution of the night. Let's take a look to see what brought out that 11th caution here.
It's going to be
As
on
we're
the same turn.
coming down that back stretch into turn 3 and 4. Yeah, it's
Right
just
there.
that little spot.
Just
as you
like
see,
Eddie
McLaughlin gets into him there. But yeah, it's just like Eddie said. There's that little spot that, you know, it's like driving on black ice.
That's a shame. Well, you see Mansfield lining up. Gonna see if he can shake Tyler Robertson down on the startup.
Looks like Spears has stayed out. McLaughlin takes it to the pit. I don't know if that little bit of contact caused enough damage to hinder the car, but we will take
Hopefully
a look here
not,
in a
yeah.
minute. But Eddie Baker looks like is going to get a wave around here.
Yeah, they sure fixed his car up nice.
They really did. I mean, it was only 25 minutes, but still.
You know. I like that he hung in there and finished it out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Eddie is a trooper, so I
Absolutely.
mean, he was out of quick repairs, had 25 minutes of repairs. So, I mean, you know, kudos to him for sticking it out and, you know, maybe finishing 19 laps down. But who knows? We got 18 to go.
Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen.
Anything.
I'm not going to say it because I do not want to jinx anybody.
Yeah, because the last time you said something, Eddie
Yeah,
Baker
that's
crashed.
when it fell apart. That's when it fell apart. We were doing all right. Come on. Yeah, man. If I were any of these guys out here, I would just be happy finishing the race. I really wouldn't care where I'm placed.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like we're still 2 laps to go or more. Oh, no. Lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to be 1 to green.
It's gonna be interesting to see if Eddie avoids that low spot on the on turn 3 right there, where everybody's having a hard time.
Yeah,
I wonder if anybody else has figured it out.
I mean, I'm sure they have. They've hit it enough, so.
I think everybody's lost it except. Oh, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. And
Nope.
we're going
Nope.
to enter turns 3 into turn 4 onto the front stretch, and Tyler Robertson is going to bring the pack down to the green flag.
Andrew in second place again.
Yeah.
You know, if I,
He's just gunning for a podium spot.
that's what I'm saying, man. If I was him, I would just let him take first and just hold on to the number 2 position.
But you got Mansfield, McLaughlin in right behind him.
Yeah, they're fighting hard. I can see that.
I mean, it's going to be tough for sure.
Looks like he did let Mansfield by.
Yeah, Mansfield has been fast all night, so I mean, it's hard to say. Is he just? I mean, we only got 14 laps to go, Andrew, so you need to push some if you want to finish on a podium here.
Except on turn 3.
Yeah, except on turn 3. Yeah, I would not want to be out on that track. I think I'd be done after 20 laps.
Oh yeah, it gives me anxiety just watching it a little bit. Just the amount of stress these guys are going through, man. I feel so bad for them. You know, because I don't want anybody to think, if we have any new viewers, these are some of our best guys here, and they're just having a hell of a time getting the power down and making it stick.
Yeah, as you see, Spears drift up the track here a little bit. But Robertson is currently holding, a half a second gap. Behind Mansfield. As Mansfield goes around, he locks it up, just touches the wall a little bit.
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, he should be all right. It might have a little damage on that front splitter. Actually, no, it looks good. So we're going to be under our 12th caution of the night with 11 laps to go.
Now, I wonder if we can finish the race out without a caution. It looks like to me that Tyler Robertson's kind of backed off a little bit.
It does seem like that.
I'm not sure if that's tires or is he just trying to hang on to the car and secure that podium? I mean,
as Baker gets another wave around, so he's only going to be 18 laps down.
hey, he'll take it.
Yep. So now caution laps do count on this, so we're going to come around. We're going to be 9 to go. And I believe we will go green on 8 to go. So now, what do you think is going through Andrew's head right now as we come around? I believe, yeah, that is turn 4. We're going to come down to the line.
Oh, he's taking. Is Tyler going to take the outside? So
Well,
if that's the case, I think Andrew's going to be feeling pretty good.
well, actually, we're still at least 2 to green, so we may go green on lap 7, unless they shorten the caution.
And if that's the case, I think Andrew's going to be feeling pretty good. Oh, yep, they just turned the lights off. And I think he's going to give it his all here. I mean, this is his last chance, more than likely, to make a real move with Tyler.
Now, so this is interesting now because Robertson has been starting on the inside every restart, but is now elected to go on the outside as he gets the jump.
Huge jump. But Andrew isn't far behind. You got McLaughlin there in second place, hanging on. Mansfield, I apologize.
Yeah. And then we got Spears sitting in third. but he's got McLaughlin only 0.3 of a second back.
It doesn't seem like it matters where Tyler starts. He gets that jump every time.
Yeah, it absolutely seems like that because, as
Oh,
McLaughlin goes
no.
hard onto the inside wall. That's tough.
Did we pick up a caution there?
Not as of right now. We were still
right.
green because it happened at the back of the field. If he's able to get it turned around and get going again, we will not see the caution. As we come around turns 4, and we are going to be 5 laps to go here tonight at Martinsville Speedway. You see McLaughlin, he's down on that inside apron.
He's trying to let everybody by.
Yeah.
This is a short, narrow track.
So as of right now, we have Robertson, Mansfield, Spears. McLaughlin is in the pits, and Baker is 18 laps down currently.
You see Mansfield get loose back there?
Yeah, it did look like he made a little bit of contact with the wall there. I'm not sure if he did, but it did sound like it.
Yeah, I think Andrew's hunting down that second place position now.
Yeah, and you see him have to stop up quite a bit there.
Let's just take a second to see what happens here.
Yeah, as we are 2 to go. We're going to follow along here with a battle for second place between Brian Mansfield and Andrew Spears.
Mansfield's got a fast hot rod tonight. Andrew is going to have trouble if he trouble catching up, especially with these, with no laps left.
As the white flag flies in the air, now is do or die for Andrew Spears to get that second position. Oh, as he tags the outside wall, but he gets to the inside of Brian Mansfield as he's coming around turn 4. It's going to be a drag race as Mansfield gets into the wall. And I believe Brian Mansfield got that.
No way. Wow.
By a touch.
Mansfield really hung in there, man. That was crazy. He got into the wall a couple times and still held him off.
So let's see. No, we won't be able to see that until after. But I do believe Brian Mansfield got that by 3/1000ths of a second.
Oh my gosh. And unequivocally, we can say Tyler Robertson walked away with this race tonight.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to hear what he has to say later.
I mean, he led the entire race practically, and I mean, wow. That was a great race.
Man, I do believe did he even get into any of these cautions? I think he avoided every one of them.
I think he avoided every single one of them.
That's amazing.
We're just going to
look at Eddie Baker's tire hanging off the car there.
Yeah, it seems like every single one is.
He can't even get into pit road.
So let's just jump down here, and we will show the grid, or maybe not. There we go. There is our unofficial results. So we are Tyler Robertson, Brian Mansfield, Andrew Spears, Brendan McLaughlin, Eddie Baker, and Kevin Coleman. Wow.
Man, what a race. I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was for these guys out there tonight, but it sure was. I would say it was a nightmare for most of them out there. I mean, turn 3 going into turn 4, just seemed to catch every one of these guys except Tyler Robertson off balance and spin them at least one time, just like you see there.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see if we can get some of these guys in here. Just pick up on their radios to see if we can get them. Just give me a second here. Let's see if we can get Tyler Robertson in here. Tyler, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
I got you.
All right. Well, we spoke to Eddie Baker earlier, and he said, everybody, well, actually, you like to do a thing called practice. And looks like your practicing paid off. You led the entire race and, come home with the podium. So do you think the practicing helped you quite a bit here?
Yeah, I got a new PC, and when I unplugged my pedals and everything, it kind of reset everything back to like how it first is set up when you plug it all in. And I wasn't used to that braking pressure, so I had to run like several laps to get this thing to brake the way I wanted it to for these cars, because these cars they're just pigs on brakes. Like, you carried all that speed, and these brakes are so easy to lock up, and they're so easy to spin the rear out, as we saw everybody was doing it. So I had to really finagle and really play with everything on these brakes and the settings to get the brakes to where I wanted them to be.
That leads into my question there, Tyler. How did you not maintain? How did you manage to not spin where everybody else was spinning there on turn 3 and 4? I believe everybody got caught up at least one time, or even two times, and you just managed to not hit that black ice, as Eddie Baker and Rob and I were calling it. What was your strategy there?
I basically, because I spun out a lot in practice. I wish I could have broadcast my practice. Everybody would see I'm not all as good as it looks to be. But these cars are so unpredictable. Like I said back in New Hampshire, you just never know what they're going to do. It feels like it's gripping, and then you hit the throttle, and you even get on throttle a little bit, and all of a sudden here comes the rear end on you. You want to keep the wheel as straight as you can on exit and entry. You do not want the wheel to be turned at all. If you're going to turn it, you want to get it to there's like a double apex with these cars. You want to go in a little low, let it kind of drift just a little bit, and then come back off the corner low again. But if you can't, if you're trying to turn the wheel on braking, you're going to turn the rear end around. If you're trying to throttle up with the wheel turned, you're going to end up turning the rear around. So
Gotcha.
It's just running laps is all it is, running laps.
There, it makes sense. My final question, I'll shoot it back to Rob. It seemed like every restart as well, you just pulled on these guys. And at one point, I believe, if I'm mistaken, Rob, correct me, I think on one of these restarts, you pulled a half a second lead on, I think it might have been Eddie Baker, pretty much instantly. Did you have any type of strategy going into the restarts that these guys didn't know about?
I started in second gear. People could have probably done it in first, but first you really spin the tires. I started in second gear, and I just tried to go anywhere in the restart zone. I tried to go before or after it. The leader in third place just has a huge advantage on restarts. It doesn't make a difference, who's outside, unless you get just an awesome jump or you have that auto blip off. You can just get a huge restart anywhere. But the first and third place just has a huge advantage. They can get off the start and they can get into turn one so under much more control than the outside car. So really, it was just start in second gear and keep it at 40 miles an hour, because that was the pace speed into the restart zone, and then just nail it. That's all I could really do.
Well, man, I'd just say that you had a heck of a race, and I'll shoot it back to Rob for any more questions he might have.
Yeah, so every restart you were on the inside, except for that last restart. You selected the outside line. Is there a reason for that?
Eddie Baker's a bad influence. Him and Andrew were kind of. Andrew was like, I'll give you. I don't know what he said. He said, I'll give you something if you give me the inside. And I was like, I mean, all right, I'll do it. I'll give you the inside. So Eddie was like, come on, Tyler, you got the better car, obviously. Give him the inside. So I was like, all right, I'll give him the inside. So I just like, oh, I'll entertain it. So I gave him the inside. But like I say, the leader just has an advantage. It doesn't matter. It's unfair. I think. It's almost kind of like the grip level is different on whoever the leader is when on the restarts, because you just get the huge jump out of nowhere. So I don't know, but yeah, Eddie and Andrew were just bad influences. But hey, it's all sportsmanship.
There we go.
All right, well, you heard it here first. Eddie Baker and Andrew Spears are bad influences, so just watch out for them when you're on the track. All right, Tyler. Well, it was great watching your race here tonight at Martinsville. In closing, you have anything to say to your fans out there?
I appreciate everybody coming out and watching the race. Appreciate y'all doing the broadcast. Without y'all, it's fun to be in this league and do this and compete on Wednesday nights. Hope to see y'all again next week. And hopefully when next season starts, y'all continue to come out and support all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks,
well,
Tyler. That was couldn't have said it better myself.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it, Tyler, and we hope to catch you next week as well.
Yes, sir.
See you, pal.
See ya.
See if we can get Brian Mansfield in here. Brian, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Yeah, I got you, Rob.
All right. Well, you had a few mishaps. I mean, everybody had except for, Tyler Robertson. But after the caution-filled race we had tonight, you got to be feeling great about a second-place finish.
Yeah, this is not one of my best tracks, and I was happy to get out of here with second place. I felt like Eddie and Kevin definitely had faster cars, and through misfortune they fell back. But it's all in all, it's a good night, good points night. Heading into the last race, I just done the points, and heading into the next race or the last race next week. Mason's got the points lead by 10 points over me. Eddie Baker's 28 points back, Brandon's 31 points back, and Tyler's 49 points back. And that includes one drop already. So it's a tight points battle going in next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be interesting to see when we come down to that last track. Now, here tonight, did tires really play that big of a factor in this race?
No, it didn't. Tyler and I talked about it some during the race, and I changed tires when on lap, I think 25 or so, and my tires were still 100%. When I changed them again around lap 50-ish or so, when we all pitted together, they were still 100%. So tires really didn't affect. I think the tires were more close to the real tire model and on the real race cars, because I think at Martinsville earlier this year they didn't see very much tire wear, and we didn't see hardly any here tonight.
Okay, so it was more just battling the car and hitting your apexes and braking points properly than it was with tire wear.
Yeah, definitely. It was hitting your braking points, hitting the apex right, and getting the drive off. There at the end, my car felt the best it felt all night at the end. I think I finally got my braking points and all down, and was actually close to Tyler's bumper for a while there, but through some mishaps, fell back some. But like I said, all in all, a good race. Thank you to the guys that came out. It was a lot of fun as always. And see, I think next week, let's see where we're at next week. Next week we're at Homestead, so that'll be a good race at Homestead. Tires will matter there.
Yeah, for sure. And so on the final lap in turns 3 and 4, you had Andrew right beside you, actually a little bit in front of you, but you were able to hold him off and get by him with 3/1000ths of a second difference between second and third. Were you really worried when he was coming around?
Yeah, I was. I saw him coming into back or down the back straightaway, and I saw him move to the inside, and I didn't go down to cut him off. I wasn't going to cut him off. I was going to give him the bottom, and he held his line at the bottom, and I went to the top, held my line, and I had to throttle down off the turn. And thank goodness Wall was there because I bounced off of it a couple times coming to the line. But yeah, that was a good finish, and Andrew raced me clean there at the end, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, we saw you hit the wall, and we're like, "Oh no, is that it for Mansfield?" But you were able to hold it off, and you put on a great show out here tonight. Ben, you got anything for him?
No, I just think that last lap was amazing, man. And I can't believe you held Andrew off, especially bouncing in and off, on and off that wall. I don't know. I just want to congratulate you on that second place win, man. And also, thank you for representing autism awareness all season this season. And I don't know if you have anything you want to say to your people out here, any of your fans. You got the last word, buddy.
Well, I appreciate everybody watching, and I love doing the autism awareness stuff. Like I said it before, my son's autistic, and the people that have autistic children, it's a battle sometimes, but the way to win these battles is to raise awareness to autism, and that's why I run the paint schemes I do, and ran a little bit different one this week. I really like it, but nonetheless, thank y'all for broadcasting it. It was a blast as always, and heading into Homestead next week, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
There we go. Brian, it's always a pleasure, man. Can't wait to see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
All right. You wanna see?
Yeah, we'll see if we can get Andrew on the radio here.
I'd start. Hang on.
Andrew, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Well, it was a hard-fought battle out there, and I mean, you got around a few times. You got into a little bit of a kerfuffle, but you brought home third. You got to be feeling great about that.
Yeah. So, did you happen to see the race down to the finish at the end between me and Mansfield?
That was
did.
insane. Yep.
Yep. That was fun for me. I knew exactly how I was going to execute it, and if I had just had a better runoff, I would have had a better runoff at the end, and I would have got that spot, but my car started to step out with me when I got into the gas, so I let off, and that's where he got beside me, started bouncing off the wall, and just inevitably took that second position away from me. But I had good racing all night long. My Fallout car, Chevrolet, did fantastic tonight. I did have some mishaps getting to the wall. We just had it turned around. I did very good avoiding the wrecks that happened in front of me, and I did a good job when I spun to keep it off the wall. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and Martinsville will see you next time.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't say it better myself. And it seemed that everybody tonight that had an issue in turns 3 and 4. Now,
Yes.
when we were talking to Eddie in the booth here, while he was getting his car repaired, he said it's almost like you hit a little patch of black ice there.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it was. It was United Racing Network's little trolls that like to create drama on the track. They got out there through.
Oh, did we lose him?
We might have lost him.
Oh no, Andrew, you hear us?
Well, we may have lost him, so we're going to continue on here and start closing this out. It was an amazing 150 lap race here at Martinsville Speedway tonight. There was a lot of action, caution packed for sure, and they put on some great racing, even though there was only 6 cars in the field.
That's right. And they weren't just fighting each other, they were also fighting their cars. So you got to take that into account. It was a mental, physical, and physical battle out there for these guys. And just cheers and hats off to everybody who participated tonight, because this definitely wasn't the easiest race.
No, not at all. And, I know this is a little short, but, I just want to thank everybody that's, joined us tonight, and join us each and every night. I mean, it's really appreciated that you guys stop in and take a look, see what's up, and watch some amazing racing here at Happy Hour Racing. Again, it wouldn't be possible. Oh, we got Andrew
Andrew?
back.
Yeah, I'm back. Finally, rolling blackouts.
All
Oh
right.
man.
So,
All right. What I was saying was there's some trolls that you guys stuck down there in 3 and 4 and was just causing people to step out.
is
It
that
was,
what it was?
I think that's exactly what it was.
You're gonna have to write to Martinsville about that one. I don't think it was us.
You know what? I seen them too. Like I went to turn and they were going back in their hole. So
Well, I
It
mean,
might have been some gnomes.
it wasn't the Gophers because we didn't have a Gopher cam. So, but you did some amazing racing here tonight, and now I lost my train of thought, but we'll continue with it. What would you take away from this track here tonight that you didn't know coming into it?
So in these new cars, they're very slick. When people were in practice, we were all talking to one another, saying how they're basically a sheet of ice for the first 10 laps. And something I took away from this, because I've been used to doing this in the Gen 6 cars, not the next gen cars. The gen cars, they have random spots where they like to step out with you, and I had that happen to me tonight. So I've about got it learned for the next time we come here at about lap 7 on my 7th out lap from the top from pitting, getting new tires. That is when you start having your step outs, and about every time you go around up until about lap 15, the tires are really, really slick again. So it's like from 1 to 3, you're really slick. From 4 to 7, you're good. You're putting down some good laps. And 7 to 15, you're back slick again. And past 15 laps, you know what, you're good. You're rolling around, no worries. But that's my takeaway from tonight. And Tyler Robertson, I'm going to make sure I call my contact up at Dale Earnhardt's Junior Motorsports Foundation, whatever it is. I'm going to call him up and I'll be like, hey, we got a driver because he tonight.
Yeah,
We were phenomenal tonight for sure. So
yeah, for sure. And we actually got word that you and Eddie Baker were a little bit of a bad influence here tonight on Tyler Robertson. So tell me what was going on there and how you got the inside line on that last restart.
I offered him a wooden nickel, and he said, "All right."
He never take wooden nickels.
No.
Well, he did, but it didn't. I gotta go. I gotta mail it to him because he took it and still won. So,
All right.
Oh,
Well,
man.
we know now not to take the wooden nickels from Andrew.
All right. Well, before you came back, Andrew, we're closing out. You have anything you want to say to your fans out here, or anybody cheering you on?
well, I only have one fan. It's my newly beloved wife.
There you go.
I'm trying to get brownie points here because,
I understand.
But I wanna thank my sponsor I have tonight. It's not my actual sponsor, but I do enjoy playing the game Fallout. If you've not played Fallout 4 or any of the Fallout series, make sure you go check those out. They're all over the internet. Watch the videos. We'll do everything you can with that. My Chevy manufacturer. I don't currently drive a Chevy in real life. I drive a Ford, but I'm going back to the Chevy soon. So we'll see what happens there. And to you guys, I appreciate all you do. Nizzy, I appreciate you filling my spot tonight in the broadcast booth.
Absolutely.
You are stand-in right now, but one day you may have your own broadcast team right next to one another. So we'll see what happens going from there. All the followers out there of the network, make sure you leave a like, leave a follow. If you feel generous and you want to subscribe and do that, you can. You can subscribe for free with your Twitch Prime account. And any donations you give to the league or give to the broadcast is much appreciated. This league is a free league for beginners, so come race with us. We enjoyed having you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Now, I do have one bone to pick with you, Andrew.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, I'm going to say it anyways. So I'm curious on why your ARCA car has a United Racing Networks livery on it, but your next-gen car hasn't got one yet.
Oof. He got you there, Andrew.
He just turned off the radio, so he didn't hear me. That's
He
what
went home to
happened
be
there.
with the wife. That's what happened there.
Just to be honest with you, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We got you.
Just to be honest with you, I've not been able to draw one. So I'll be working on that in the future, and it's going to be a bad-looking scheme.
All right, well,
So-
get your design team to get one done up, because actually get two
Design team, it's me.
done up. well,
Hey, you don't have to say it.
get your design cap on, and because you got 2 cars to build. So,
There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to get off here before my power freaks out again.
all
All
right,
right, buddy. Good
appreciate
seeing
it,
you.
Andrew. Have a good one.
Go.
All right. Well, you heard it from Andrew. You know, he basically said our spiel for us. So
Well, he's used to it. Yep.
yeah, he is used to it. So I just want to again thank everybody here at Happy Hour Racing for allowing us to broadcast this. Without them, we would not be here. Also, I want to thank our sponsor, JP Alfonso Studios and Admin Box. Again, with them, we would not be here. And, you know, we're very appreciative of them to come on and sponsor us so that we can bring you these races each and every time, Monday through Wednesday. And, yeah, I just want to thank them and thank everybody viewing at home. And we hope
Make
to
sure you come back next week for the championship races.
Yes, absolutely. It's the end of the season races next week. So on Monday, we are going to be at Lanier National Speedway for the 358 Modifieds. And then for GT3, we are going to be at Sebring International. It is not a night race next week. They've moved it to a day race. And then we are going to be at Homestead, Miami for the next gen cars. So again, that's, you know, the 358s on Monday night, the GT3 series on Tuesday, and then the NASCAR next gen on Wednesday nights. And then that will be the end of our season. We're going to take about a 2-week break, and then we will be back with new series, as Andrew said yesterday, and
Slightly new schedule as well.
Yeah, slightly new schedule as well. But we are looking forward to it. You know, to be brought on for another season with Happy Hour Racing, and we can't wait to bring you guys some more live action with Happy Hour Racing in these beautiful cars. So with that, I just want to say thank you and hope you guys all stay safe.
See ya.
This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and/or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.